So hello guys, it is of course me, Trollface the Man, and welcome back to another Patreon early release video, which is a series of videos I record and release about 5 days early for my Patreon supporters. If you want to get early access to videos like this, please consider supporting me on Patreon. I will leave a link in the description below. Whew, now excuse me. Just saying that has made me out of breath. I really apologize to my Patreons and my regular channel viewers for having such a delay on new content lately. You guys might understand that I'd gotten rather sick recently. I had chest pains, went to the doctor worrying it was cardiac problems. They did so many blood tests, EKG, ECG, echocardiogram, which is a little bit more thorough than just the EKG. And went to a cardiac doctor. He said everything's good. I'm supposed to be scheduled for the stress test just to make sure. However, I've been having extreme nausea, like non-stop. I've actually, since I've been sick, it started about 2 months ago, I've lost 20 pounds worth of weight, presumably from not eating because I feel so sick. They think I might have a hiatal hernia, which is when your stomach can actually squish up and push up through your a hole, esophageal hole in your diaphragm, and it kind of gets trapped in there, or they believe I could have an esophageal or stomach ulcer. I am feeling better day by day a little bit. Sometimes it takes a little step back, but yeah, I do apologize for that. For today, I just wanted to talk about this. I thought it was very interesting. Now, you guys might know that I take frequent trips to Salvation Army and other thrift stores because I collect stuff like this. What this is this is actually a radioactive glass. It's made using uranium oxide or uranium dioxide or some other type of uranium salt. It's slightly radioactive, not enough to harm anybody, but it has this cool property. This is a custom UV light I made. It has a cool property of glowing brightly green under UV light. And this is just a little top hat that I found. While I usually go shopping around, I also look for other curiosities, and this is one that I found. It doesn't look like much just right now, and it really isn't. Apparently, these are actually kind of common. I didn't know about this. I've never seen them before. What it is it's a reusable, I'll try and get a good view here of everything, a reusable hand warmer. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's interesting, a reusable hand warmer, because I know the ones I've always seen in stores are, I can't remember what they are, but they're like one-time use. So I was like, how does this work? And I looked at it, and this is what I saw. I saw this, and I was like, okay. And I squeezed it a little bit, and I was like, because I only read the instructions. It said bend the metal disc in there, and I was trying to find the metal disc. It was only after a few minutes that my genius self decided to flip it over and went, oh, there's a transparent back that you can very clearly see the metal disc. What's cooler though is it actually tells you what's inside of it, which is sodium acetate. I immediately recognized sodium acetate as being hot ice. Basically, it's a super cool liquid that when you cause it to flash crystallize by introducing another crystal to it or some type of sudden disturbance, it releases energy as it freezes. It's an exothermic reaction. So I thought that was really cool. And I just wanted to show you guys it because I don't know how common it is to have clear backings on this, but just how neat the reaction is. So you can see I have a little metal disc here that basically has some ridges in it. And when you, maybe if I, one second. I have a light here. Maybe I should give a little bit of a fill light to this. It's a little bit of a fill. Okay. So it's a metal disc with little tiny ridges in it, and you're supposed to, it's sort of bent a little bit so you can snap it in or out, right? And when you snap it like this, it's supposed to flash crystallize, which you can see it is. So if you look right there, you can actually see the packet, the sodium acetate, flash crystallizing, and it is very warm right now. I wish I had a thermal camera. Unfortunately, I don't have enough to afford one. It's sort of like squishy. It's almost like if the consistency of like slush, like snow slush. But if I were to have to guess, rough estimate, pain threshold for humans is about 130 degrees Fahrenheit. This is hot. It's not enough to burn you, but it is kind of sitting on the edge. I would say it's maybe around 120 degrees. It works very, very well. Now, the really interesting thing is that you can literally just take these, you put them in a pot of boiling water, and you just basically cook it for 10 to 15 minutes until all the sodium acetate redissolves, and you let it cool and the packet's good to work again. Basically, it's just absorbing the heat from the boiling water, and then when you break it, it's releasing that heat. Almost like a battery, except for thermal energy, which is pretty cool. They claim that you can use, on the back of this packet, they say, or the box, they say reusable up to 1,000 times. I'm not feeling that, mainly because when I have boiled these packets in water, I notice that each time I do, the outside skin, the plastic, has been getting thinner and thinner, and it leaves a white residue in the pot, presumably from something that the plastic's breaking down or depositing in the inside of the pot. Now, I do have this other one here, and I got something else while I was shopping around at that same Salvation Army. My dad actually noticed this, and he likes to tease me because I tend to pick up everything LED because I love playing around with LEDs. And he's like, I bet you're going to buy this too. And I was like, well, now that you pointed out, I am. And it's ridiculous. It's supposed to be a display base, and it's like the brightest display base I have ever seen. Like, look at this. It's like literally a freaking like floodlight. And these are standard 5mm LEDs with no heatsink that I can see, and it runs off of 3 AA batteries. So I imagine that these are being grossly overvolted, and they're just so ridiculously bright, there's no point in them being that bright in the first place. So eventually I might take this apart and add in at least some type of resistor to step down the amount of current passing through these LEDs. But I was thinking maybe if I take that and I put it on here, it'll allow you to see the crystallization a little bit better. Let me check that out. But these instant warm packets, they cost me $2.99, and I think I had some type of discount because they were on sale that day. And then the LED base cost me $2.99 too. I don't think I found any uranium glass that day, but I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take it, maybe I'll start from this corner, and I'll flip the disc, and you can see the crystallization starting. I'm going to get the camera there. And it makes these very, very fine needle-like crystals that sort of climb or creep their way across the inside of the packet. Now, you can actually make sodium acetate by literally a reaction of sodium bicarbonate, or sodium hydrogen carbonate in the UK as it's commonly referred to, and vinegar or acetic acid, and then boil it down. The problem is it's very difficult to make pure, you can sort of see, like, if I pass it over here, you can see like the sort of lines like right here of the crystals. It's very hard to make pure stuff like that, though I am trying to work with a way to do so, but no guarantees with that. But you can do the same reaction if you take, like, let's say just a jar full of this liquid. It's non-toxic, which is another plus. You have a little bit of the crystal on your finger. As soon as you touch your finger into the solution, it will flash crystallize, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, so like I said, I'm sorry I've been sick, haven't been, this is, like I said, really squishy. Haven't been able to make videos as much as I want to. Like I said, I have been fairly ill lately, but I am slowly feeling better. I'm taking some stuff. They gave me some protein pump inhibitors to help with my stomach. I have some, what is this? Montelukast? Is that how it's pronounced? Let me see. Montelukast. Yeah, Montelukast, or no, wait. Montelukast, or whatever, for my lungs, because I have lung inflammation too, and plus now I seem to be accumulating liquid in my lungs. I've been coughing up fluids like crazy, and it has been not fun, which is basically why this is more of just a brief discussion video than an actual Patreon early release project. I apologize to my Patreons. I apologize to my normal viewers. As soon as I feel better, you have my word, I'm going to get back to doing everything like I am supposed to be. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you are interested in keeping more current updates than my videos as to what's going on, I would like to remind you that I have a Facebook page that I'll leave in the description below that you can like. I tend to leave fairly regular updates on there for what's going on. And I would also like to remind you that I have a Patreon that if you want to support me and get access to videos like this early, I would very much appreciate it. Every little bit helps quite a bit, actually, because it helps buy projects, or it helps buy projects, helps buy supplies for projects, and even if you don't want to support me, I leave updates the same as on my Facebook on my Patreon. So for whatever reason you don't want to like my Facebook page and follow my Facebook page, you can also follow my Patreon. You don't have to pay to do that. You can follow my Patreon. You can get updates as to my current health condition or any type of projects that I plan to put out or any delays or so forth. I thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Please hit that like button if you liked the video, and please drop me a comment if you have any questions about anything or if you just want to say hi. Thank you guys very much, and bye.